Good morning. Hi, Miss M. Hi, Amy. Glad you're here. Happy Friday indeed. Yeah. It's been a fast week for me. I flew up here on Tuesday and yeah, I don't know, the days are flying. So I'm at Mom and Dad's. As you can probably tell from the magnet collection. I love it. My grandma always had magnets and stickers, and Miss M says hi to Mom and Dad. Yeah. They're sleeping. They sleep late. My mom usually gets up around 9 and my dad around 10, so I get some quiet morning time, which is nice. Miss M says, love the magnet wall. I know. My mom had a goal after they retired to see every state capital, get a picture of every state capital. And so there's a lot of state capitals, a lot of states, and then my dad drove the trolley, the Astoria trolley, Riverfront trolley, for years as a volunteer, and so there's a lot of, they would visit other towns that had trolleys. So a lot of fun memories up there. Amy says stickers are the new magnets. You're not wrong. I have a sticker. I have a storage unit thing that I bought at IKEA that I've covered one entire side up with stickers. So you're right. Stickers are the new magnets. Miss M says no construction today. Oh, that's nice. Nicolina says hi to Mom and Dad. Amy says currently in Des Moines, heading to the state capitol building later. Well, there you go. I'm sure she hit Iowa at some point. And Pamela says good morning from Oregon. Yeah, this is gonna drive me crazy. Okay. I have a girlfriend that I've known since I was 21. Met her right before I turned 21. And we Marco Polo back and forth, which is like a video app where you can just send each other videos. And she was talking to me yesterday, and she did one more video, and she was like, no, let's talk about my hair. She said, I always want to talk about my hair, but nobody else ever wants to talk about my hair. So if I want to talk about my hair, you're my boo. No, you're my huckleberry, she said, because I always talk about my hair when I talk to her, because you're looking at yourself while you make the video. So, but this is problematic. So anyway, sorry, I'm just gonna lead like this today, I guess. I don't have a clip. No matter how many times I get it to stay back, it just wants to fall forward. So, how are we checking in this morning? I wrote yesterday, on Wednesday I wrote pleasantly surprised, because my parents' house is cleaner than it normally is. And yesterday I said relieved and rested, because so far it's been a really good trip. My mom seems to be doing pretty well, considering. Pamela says checking in fulfilled. Nicolina says feeling good, solid, long walk this morning with guest dog. Great show last night. Gary Newman opened for the Psychedelic Furs. Cool. Is that why your guests came? was to go to that show with you. I was really hoping to go to the Sunday market here. I usually leave on Saturday. I usually come on Tuesday and leave on Saturday. This week I'm not, or this trip, I'm not leaving until next Tuesday. So I'm not usually here on Sundays. And the Astoria has a phenomenal Sunday market. And I was really hoping to go, but there's an 80% chance of rain. And I didn't bring a raincoat. So I don't know if I'm going to go or not. Oh, McLean says my friends are at Crater Lake. I'm dog sitting. Okay. Okay. Fun. I hope Lou Dogs is enjoying that. Having a friend. So I'm checking in. Grateful. I'm grateful for this time with my parents. All right. I think I will start us moving towards some grounding. I do have a very short reading that I pulled up on my computer. I didn't bring any poetry books here, but I found a poem that I saved on Pinterest that I will read in a bit. But for now, let's pause our chatter and pause our mind chatter and take a minute to just ground. Ooh, I need to sit up. Just invite you to look around your space. We'll do the 5 senses grounding this morning. Do you notice in your space? I see a flag that was given to my dad after his dad's funeral. He was a World War II vet and the color guard gifted my dad the flag that was used in his ceremony at his funeral. I see that up on a cabinet in the den. And then begin to notice what you hear around you. I hear the refrigerator. I hear cars driving by outside. I hear multiple clocks ticking. My parents really like clocks. There's a lot of clocks in this house. 2 on this very wall. What do you smell? I don't really smell anything. It's a space void of smell. And then what can you feel with your touch? I've been rolling this pen in my hands and it's very smooth. It's very soft. Feels nice, and I can feel the table under my arms, the cushion under my bottom. My feet kind of looped backwards over a rung on the chair. The air is just a little on the cool side. And what do you taste? I taste coffee because I've been drinking coffee. Coffee and a little sleep, sleep mouth. And then I'll read this poem by John Wellwood titled Forget About Enlightenment. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now. Not who you would like to be, not the saint you are striving to become, but the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out, touch in, let go. All right. Pamela said, I'm so glad Chinese herbs are working for Lou dogs. Kirby got some Chinese anxiety herbs earlier this week. And McLeana says, TCM is ancient wholeness wisdom. I know CM is probably for Chinese medicine. What is the T? I don't know what the T stands for. So it is September 19th and it is Friday. And this is our Mandala universes. There goes one of the clocks. Oh, traditional Chinese medicine. Okay. September 19th. It is Friday. And I checked in grateful. Traditional Chinese medicine. I have never I've never done any traditional Chinese medicine. I'm very intrigued and interested in acupuncture. I have a colleague on my team at work that actually is a acupuncturist. And I also have a gal on my team that is an Ayurvedic doctor. She, of course, can't practice here in the United States, but she immigrated here from India. And so they're my go-tos for holistic medicine questions. Really appreciate having them on my team. Let's see, what colors do I want to use today? Yesterday I did pinks and purples. I think we're gonna go for oranges and reds today. I'm really hoping that the aspen will be turning. By some of them are already, but that we see more next week and at our retreat. When I was up there last weekend, there was definitely some hints of quaking aspen color. They're so beautiful. Things aren't really turning here much. A little bit. My mom's blueberry bushes have some red on them. Amy, if you'll be driving over the Rockies, you'll probably see some fall color maybe. Something I need to do while I'm here. My mom has always loved seasonal decorations, and she has a ton of them, but she doesn't remember to change them now. And so last time I was here, or one of the times, not the last time, but I think maybe the time before that, I went out and found some Easter decorations, spring, because it was spring. So I guess it was my visit in the spring. And they're still up. So I need to go out into the garage and find some fall decor to bring in, which can stay there until my next visit, which is at the end of October, into November. Gosh, I was gonna say I could put up Christmas, but I can't really do that then. Maybe I'll ask my sister-in-law to put some Christmas decor up, because my mom really does enjoy it. I did that a lot when my kids were at home. I would decorate for the different holidays. I still have a few things that I'll grab and put out, but not nearly what I used to do. Pamela says, I'm nesting more this season than last year's, wanting to bring in fall colors. Our weather isn't really fall-like, although the sunrise today felt like fall. That's nice. Yeah, we had a really fall-like week at home 2 weeks ago. But this week, I'm actually really glad I'm not there right now, because it was like 90 on Tuesday, which is definitely not fall-like. Feels a little more fall-like here, but it's just always this temperature here. In the 60s is kind of the sweet spot for this part of the world. I love that notion of nesting. I know a lot of times we reserve that for, mamas who are about ready to have their babies. They do a lot of nesting. My daughter never really did nesting. I did a lot of nesting when I was pregnant. But I think it's a lovely visual of, just cozying up and making your home a sanctuary. My daughter was telling me about an Instagram account that she follows where this guy made a kind of like a gift box for the birds in the neighborhood with like twine and all the kinds of things that birds would like as far as making their nests and whatever. And no birds, he's got a camera on it, no birds have come to it. Evidently it's not bird nesting season. But he's gotten all kinds of other visitors, like a rat and a possum and just a whole bunch of different animals taking advantage of his little gift box, which I think is so sweet. It's just fun. I'm not sure what account it is, but she was sharing that with me. Miss M says, autumn is creeping in and I'm feeling the cleansing act of letting go. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Beautiful image that we get every year of being willing to let things die. Let things end. Seasons of life. Pamela says, you inspired me. My mandalas of birch trees. Michelina says, I've noticed the change of sunlight. It gets dark before band practice now. Yeah. Yeah, we're really noticing that at home as well. I've noticed that I sure am lowering the blinds a lot earlier than I was a month or so ago. This time continues to bring a change. McLean says, I'm committed to a slow, quiet winter after Halloween. That sounds lovely. I do like a slow, quiet winter. I'm not a winter sports person. I own snowshoes, but I think I've used them. I've gone snowshoeing maybe 3 times. Yeah, I tend to, I was just looking at fall recipes, and getting excited about soups and stews and skillets and those kinds of delicious fall foods. I don't cook a lot anymore because my husband and I eat very different foods, and it just seems like a lot of work to cook for one person. But I was getting excited about maybe putting some recipes on the repertoire and seeing what. Okay, there is a little hair on my painting that keeps moving around with my brush. Pamela says, I'm going to embrace your commitment, Michelina, for myself after Halloween, slow and quiet. Amy says, thank you for the time today. I have to step away, willing to treasure my time here with friends. Michelina says, love you, Amy. I will echo that. Safe travels. So it's 8:26. If anyone has words that are coming to you that have arisen as you've colored or painted or drawn, reflected on your mandala. Now's a great time to share them. You can also share your mandala on Instagram and tag our account, our Mandala Universes. And we will share your mandala on our account for 24 hours, if you would like. Miss M says, hugs to Amy, and you're already more and less than you know. A line from the poem. Pamela says, my words are noticing the turn of the wheel. Mine are welcoming the change. Lena says, autumnal spirits arising. Isn't autumnal one of the funnest words to say? I love that word. Oh, Jan, hi. I didn't know you were here. Janet's words are find the sweet spot. Lena says the equinox is this Sunday. Yeah. Zaw is doing an equinox sand mandala. I was thinking about going down for it. But I really want to hit the Sunday market. I could probably do both, but I shouldn't be gone for that long. If I do leave to go somewhere, I don't like to be gone all day. Although I was when I met Deb down there, and we got a flat tire. That was exciting. Yeah, I'll try and find a way to honor the equinox. I don't know if you guys can hear my dad's radio. I think his radio comes on at, I think it comes on at 7 a.m. and it's the local radio, like the local news channel. I mean, he's done that my entire life. Like, I remember always eating breakfast in the morning before school, and the KAST radio would be on, AM news, local news. Cleanest says my dad had ticking clocks and digital clocks in every room. I always had to remove them from the room where I slept. Yeah, my parents, there's a clock. I can sleep with the clock, but they have like 3 night lights in that room. So I unplug all the night lights. I really need a dark room. So yeah, it's funny the quirky things that we can celebrate about our parents. Just fun quirks, and I'm sure I have them myself. I'm sure my kids talk about me in the same way. Well, friends, it is 8:30. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for pausing in your day to bring your light and love to this circle. I love you all. Have a wonderful Friday. Michelina says, I'm sure we'll gain more quirks as we age too. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Bye, everyone. Happy Friday.